We do have a couple of nationwide stories to get through today. But first, I need your pen and paper out because we have a teachable moment.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Watch the breakdown.
Let me hear you scream.
Okay, so this spiritual moment comes on behalf of Sweetie. Oh, excuse me. Let me start this over. Hold on. Count me down. Okay, so one of my watchers tagged me in a post that Sweetie, or Sawate, as Tracy Ellis Ross likes to call her, that she actually posted in the spirit word. Are you guys following the spiritual word on Instagram? Yeah. And I think this is something that I can educate you guys on really quickly. This is what Sweetie or Sawate says.
How I was set up to be this involved with the spiritual world. So for one, like the apartment I grew up in had a lot of paranormal activity. When I go to sleep at night, if I'm not sleeping next to somebody, I have to play gospel. I have to play gospel music.
To this day?
To this day,
wow.
Or I'll get attacked. Like that sleep paralysis, like I'll get that. But I get that every time if I don't play gospel music when I sleep.
That's wow. So you always got to make sure road, whatever, like for you.
If I'm by myself, yes, I have to play it because I'll get I don't know what that's called and I got to do more research.
Right.
But
and when you say attack, Sweetie, what do you mean?
Like in my dream.
Right.
Like, you know when you can't wake up?
Yeah. Oh.
And you feel like somebody's sitting on top of you?
Yes, man.
Like it's real. And especially when I started like meditating more, I felt like the stronger I became spiritually, the more I started getting attacked.
Okay. Does anybody know what astral projection is? Raise your hand. Okay, this is a phenomenon that predates our existence. Honey, the Mayans were doing this, the Aztecs were doing this, Native American cultures have documentation about astral projection, and it's something that I can do willingly. Okay? It started with me through a traumatic experience in my youth that was sexual, and I literally left my body. I saw my spirit or my astral body leave my physical body and bear witness to what I was experiencing. And then from there, it is indicative of the spirituality that I possess as of right now, or the enhancement of the spirituality that I have. Sleep paralysis is the onset of astral projection. Christians from back in the day used to call that the devil is on your back. That is not true. The thing about it is when you are in a trance-like state and you're half asleep and you're half awake and you recognize that you are asleep or your body is not able to move because you are trying to do so, you immediately become afraid. In the spirit realm, things operate on emotion and emotion alone. So if you are afraid, you are attracting beings, entities, or other vibrations that will continue to make you afraid. When I was learning my spirituality, everybody knows that I have brands on my arms in accordance to what I have been ordained to do spiritually. But when I was learning, the biggest thing that I was taught to do in that trance-like state was to use your imagination in a positive way. What that does is it invites angels, it invites fairies, it invites, positive entities and positive vibrations in that space, and it becomes one of the most enjoyable experiences you can have as a mortal being. Entities of negative vibration are only attracted to emotions or vibrations that are considered negative. Okay? So when you are in that halfway point, let's just call it the halfway house. When you are in the halfway house, it is indicatively scary, and we as human beings are not supposed to access that part of our spiritual consciousness, or we would have been born in the ethereal realm. We have three realms. We have the physical, we have the ethereal, and we have the astral, okay? And each one of those, this is the school of thought, each one of those realms has a body anchored by our physical manifestation. Are you keeping up with me? Your natural reaction as a human being when you do go under sleep paralysis is to be afraid. Therefore, you're naturally attracting other entities and other vibrations that will make you afraid. But what if you were conscious and you said, okay, I know I can't move my body right now. I know that I am afraid, but let me train my intuition to actually imagine myself at the top of a roller coaster, which is one of my go-tos. I imagine myself on Thunder Road, which was a roller coaster here in North Carolina. And right before it dropped, next thing you know, you are immersed in a realm that is adjacent to the spiritual realm. The astral realm is not the spiritual realm, but it is more spiritually inclined than the physical realm that we are currently anchored in. So you need to draw on a memory at that moment, okay? One of the things that helped me through that was pain. I'll be honest with you. There was a part of my learning in which I was halfway sleeping, half awake. I was in sleep paralysis induced by certain medicines, we'll call them. And in order to remain conscious, there was pain induced to my physical body. That way you are knowing, you have a knowing in that space that you are still alert, you're still conscious, and that you're not losing your motherfucking mind. So the fact that Sawate or Sweetie says that she's been attacked by demons in that space is because you've never gotten over the fear of what sleep paralysis actually is. And because you've been experiencing it since you were a little kid, that means, girl, you have nothing to fear. You're one of us. You're one of us. You're one of us. Okay, now I'm going to compare that to something really quickly. When your physical reality is scary, an orphan, sexual abuse, no guidance, when you reach that level, there's really nothing that's going to make you too afraid. And it honestly becomes a refuge. So in my youth, I almost invited in certain abuse so that I could dissociate and I could experience it again. Now I'm properly trained and I can actually call upon that gift when I need to. But that's what that is. Okay, so I don't want anybody to be afraid of what you naturally are inclined to do on a spiritual level, but you do have to have the knowledge and understanding that it is not scary. It is a natural process that the government does know about, which is why they hire psychics to remote view on their enemies, but you didn't hear that from me. Okay. So I just wanted to educate everybody on exactly what that is. Raise your hand if you've ever had an experience like that. I would like to know about your experiences in the comment section.